Last year's Halloween candy. Ooh. Mixing with a taste test I recorded earlier. It's not bad. I'm going to have to remember Sour Bright tacos. Anyway. Feel free to remind me later about Sour Bright tacos. We sort of finished off last night with me blathering, as I usually do, about possible projects to pursue other than my game designs. Although I do, to be fair, I need to be working on some of my video game designs. As much as it sucks that the hard drive crash wrecked everything that I had started, the sign up for the subscription that I got for the software that I was using expires in September. So I'm inclined to think I should probably see what I can do with that while I still have it. I don't imagine I'll be able to do a lot with the software between now and somewhere in the first week of September, I think, is when it expires. But I'm not sure I want to renew. Actually, let's take a look. Let's go look at their website and see what they're doing. So, BuildBox. BuildBox was a software I was using before. Pricing. What are their prices at now? So there's a free version. 1 world, 5 scenes. The plus version is $13.99 a month with a monthly. So $132.99, which is not too shabby. God, I look like a slob. Which is not too shabby. That's 5 worlds, 15 scenes. The Pro version is $349.99. And that's a 1-year commitment. So if we did $349, so $350, let's not call it what it's not. Divided by it's $30 a month, thereabouts. So if you paid per month, it would be $35. If you paid per year, it'd be $30 a month. So I think what economically speaking, I think what I was talking about once before when playing with this software, it's been a while since I did that. Since the crash, I don't really have it anymore, I don't think. So if I do no. 132. 133. Let's just 133. Stop with the 99-cent crap. For the majority of the year. And then for 2 or 3 months. So if I started in September with the commitment to produce multiple games by the end of the year, I could produce segmented portions of the game design. And then upgrade a year from now to 35 for a couple months. And that would get me $203. So for $203, I don't have to purchase the Pro version for more than a couple months. And I can use the Plus version. Actually, I could cancel my, that's an idea there. If that's the way I'm going to do it, what I could do is per month with a 1-year commitment. So you're going to have to take a, you have to take a 1-year commitment no matter what you do. Interesting. All right. 30% off. So you got to take a 1 year no matter what you do. There's a 30% off all paid plans. All right, terms. So there isn't an option to do a single month so if I ever want to do unlimited worlds, unlimited scenes, customize the splash screen, offer in-app purchases. Not really big on that anyway. Don't care about that. So the biggest features I may just opt for canceling my subscription, do the free version for a few months, and just see what I can build up as test platforms. Because the free version lets you do 1 world, 5 scenes for a world. So if I build a series of 1 world, 5 scene, simple games, see if I can come up with maybe a few simple games that I could potentially list and sell. And then, yeah, I think I could probably take that to a point where if I could generate a little bit of income towards supporting game designs, I could build segmented pieces of games that I could then assemble into a larger game when I have access to an unlimited number of worlds and unlimited number of scenes. So that's one of the options I'm looking at here. But in the meantime, How is it getting hot in here? Might just because I just ate not that long ago and I'm getting the post-meal sweats. The other things that I've been playing around with: indie films, podcasting, audio games. My other YouTube channels. Maybe some writing. And potentially cutting the days a week that I do this. What do you think? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday be a good arrangement for this? All right, so with my interacting on Discord with people in convention environments, I've had a couple things come up that are interesting to me. One of the things that I wanted to do was talk with a few other people in some of these areas about doing like a writing brainstorm challenge, I guess. So basically a monthly challenge for writers on YouTube or other social media. I guess we don't have to focus specifically on YouTube. And other story creators. It doesn't have to be writing, I think, is the other part of that. So I wanted to look into doing a series of collaborative content with other people to sort of give us simple projects to attempt during the course of a month and come back and report back what we've created, but also be able to do independent videos. So if somebody did that given month, a challenge was something along the lines of draw from a hat, and it'll tell you what you have to write, and then next month come back and report what you've made. In the meantime, on your own channel or your own format of content release, you could share the things you've created. So you could read the chapter you wrote that day, or you could do an excerpt or a scene that caught you off guard or something like that. And that sort of getting a group of other creators together to do that project. And then it's not a departure from doing stuff on my own channel, but we talked about the audio games and the puzzles. And I feel like I could do that content faster and easier through trying to do a podcast. So let's do... Okay, so podcasts. 13 best podcast hosting sites. I got to figure out what makes the most sense to post a podcast on. And I might do more than one of those formats. And I can, at that point, create my audio games, my interactive quiz audio, and just release them as audio files. After which, I can then take them and maybe produce a slideshow for them and then shift them over to YouTube. So, oh God, with your stupid pop-up pay window, it's obnoxious. Okay, Buzzsprout, Podbean, Transistor, Simplecast, Captivate, Speaker, Fusebox, podcast websites. That relies more on, so Audio Boom is the last one. Is it free or not? So Buzzsprout sounds like it's free. Podbeans is not free. Neither is Transistor. It does seem to suggest that some of these are targeted towards certain features. It sounds like this list suggests that storage capacity for $18 a month. Oh, you get 1 month for free. Okay. For $18 a month on speaker, you get a storage capacity that's more substantial. I don't know that that's a focus that I'm going to spend a lot of time on, because if I'm going to be creating these audio files, I can post the audio files for sharing. But as soon as I hit the threshold of I need to shift over to something else, like if I hit the limit of what I can store on a given site at my level, then I will just pull the oldest ones off and have them cycled over into a slideshow and put them on YouTube for free. Fusebox is $8 a month. Their feature is additional software. I'm not really worried about that. Audio Boom. What is the best free podcast hosting? Buzzsprout. Libsyn. Okay, so here we got some of the frees. SoundCloud. Blueberry. So I think that's what I'm going to look at, is going forward. I want to look through this list and maybe have 1 or 2 services that I can use, upload my podcast to, and I'll probably check all the free ones if it's possible, and just boom, 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 boom on all of them, with the option of trying to reach people who only have access to one or the other. And just start playing with it. Because that's the thing, is like, I have the ideas of how to just come up with some things to build into a podcast that's interactive. The switch which you're listening to format. I want to produce multiple things in that genre to see how far I can push that current capability. And once I've got a kind of a playlist and a knack for doing those kinds of things, I may then start pursuing going further with the channel isolation. There's a high-end, low-end filter system that you can institute. And really, dude, you had the option to just not be there. You didn't have to land on the screen like that. the high-end, low-end filters, using both of them for left and right audio channels. I did that backwards, left and right. I don't know if it's backwards for you or not, but the audio channels, each being split, would give me a total of 4 workable channels. So you'd set basically your audio to have high and low. Basically, you'd set 4 tracks. You'd set one track to be a middle of the line audio file and set the middle tone to one of the frequencies, a high-end frequency, and one of them to a low-end frequency, where they just miss connecting in the middle. And you do that for each of the left and right channels. You set up a device that basically you could plug headphones into and has 4 buttons on it. And if you hit each of the 4 buttons, this could be tricky. Because there's a part of me already that feels like if you really wanted to play it right, you could set it up so that the audio that comes in is down regulated for the high end and up regulated for the low end, so that they hit the same frequency when they come over the headphones. So you won't, as a listener, notice that I've used it to tweak the high end, low end audio. But anybody who's listening to those files without the device is going to get a very garbled noise mess with high and low end audio sequences overlapped in each ear. And they're going to be different. So you're going to have 4 different tracks playing at you at 2 different frequencies. And that would be a mess. That would be a very big mess. It'd be very confusing. But if you have a device that I could make, a device where you push one button and it basically chooses the left audio channel and then selects a low end filter, you'd get one of those 4 tracks. If you hit the second button, it would choose the left audio channel and filter out the high end, leaving you with the low end frequency. You hit the third button, high end right, and then the 4th button would be low end right. You might be able to take the input and shift them so that they all sound like they're on the same frequency. And then you just build your audio files with 4 different audio files and frequency shift them in such a way that they don't overlap one another in a actual way, allowing you to set a central channel choice that says, how many. It's what was it? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has 4 options that are placed before the person on the stage answering questions. And so you could literally do that kind of thing with 4 channels. 2 channels is a true or false or a simple scorekeeping game. Images. Come on. Yeah. So Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has 4 choices on all their questions. Now, that's interesting. So you could very easily do a video that tells you the question and shows you the 4 choices, and you would hit the button that tells you whether or not you got the question right based off of which button you pushed. It's totally viable, and you could do it on YouTube, and you could do it as podcasts. And the other thing I want to see if I can do is reach out to some people I know online about the possibility of an app for a phone that could do low-end and high-end frequency filtration. Because if that's possible, people playing on their smartphones might be able to have a simple app that could provide them with 4 buttons that would isolate left and right audio channel, high-end and low-end frequencies. And I can build the YouTube and the podcast files to play on all of those favors. And if you open up the app and run the audio through the app, wearing headphones, your phone becomes the tool that lets you do that. I really want to look into doing that, because if we can just program a simple app that'll high-end, low-end filter, left-right filter, building a piece of software becomes a simple means of doing this. And so I kind of now really, like, I can do the left and right channel ones for a little bit of fun right now. True or false questions or those types of things. Once you hit 4 channels, you get the option of pursuing a more choose your own adventure style story. I know they made them in my childhood, a series of tapes for those devices that did that sort of thing when I was younger. They used the left and right audio channel for the game. It was usually meant for quizzes and stuff. You used left and right audio channel on the front of an audio cassette. And then the back side of the tape had its left and right audio channels playing backwards at the same time that let them use those as channel 3 and 4. And those tools, some of those had choose your own adventure. I think there was an X-Men choose your own adventure tape. And if I could sort of crack down on a copy of those and really get a sense for the structure they used for building them, they're not going to be as good as a traditional choose your own adventure story, because you're stuck with 4 basic channels. So at any given time, you're likely to have 2 of them dead end. So if you had 4 channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you had the option of choosing option 2, 3, and 4. If you want to go with 2, 3, and 4, then if you want to go with 2, hit the button for, say, channel 1. And if you want to go with 3, hit the button that goes to channel 2. If you want channel option 4, then hit the button that goes to channel 2. Now here's what the thing is. You can shift around on those 3 options back and forth a little bit, but you have to kill off at least one of your channels to open up more options to proceed. So a 4 channel gives you some of that option. 2 channel can't do that. If you have 2 channels, options are going to channel A or channel B. And if you're following channel A, and you switch to channel B, you don't have the option to just switch back and forth without having one of them always end in a dead end. Because you can't have option A be to go forward or to the other channel, and then either of those next options, their choice is one of them has to die so that this one can do that or that, because you only have the two channels to end up on. So, I mean, I want to see if I can track down a tape and maybe a player to see if I can track down their methodology of story structure that suits the format and hack that to do what I want to do with it. But for now, I should be able to do true or false, binary choice, simple audio games with scorekeeping. And that can be fun in and of its own to start with. And I should be able to do a very, very rudimentary choose your own adventure style game. And one of the other formats that I like I said, you could do the every choice, one ends in death and one leads forward. It has limited replayability, but there's also the option of using some of the other features on YouTube and audio files. I don't know if audio files have the same feature as YouTube does, where if you're watching a video and you hit 1, it'll take you 10% into the video. If you hit 2, it'll take you 20%. If you hit 3, it'll take you 30%, so on and so forth. If simple audio recorders have that same feature, that would be handy. Because you could do a simple 10-segment story tree, and that's really that gives you about 3 choices. So option 1 gives you a split. Options 2 on each of those splits gives you a broader section of choices. If each one of those choices is the same length and you hit the key number for each choice, it'll jump you to that choice. That's one option for doing this. The other option is to start trying to use the chapters feature on YouTube. This is something that not all podcasts would be able to do, but I could potentially pursue it. So, I mean, for formatting some simple things for podcasts right now, I think exploring what I can do there and then later upgrading the podcast to be videos with slideshows is a possibility. I'm getting kind of warm, so I might call it here a little early tonight. Go pop on my AC. I think tomorrow, we talked about podcasting and audio games and video games, and the writer's topic for my channel here. I think tomorrow I'll probably see if I can do a little talking about my other channels. And thank you for joining me tonight. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Thank you so much, YouTube. I think I'm going to call it here for tonight. Until next time, take care. Have a good night.